This morning I'm listening to a piano piece by UK composer Lawrence Crane. It's called Andrew Renton Becomes an International Art Critic from 1989. And score, you can see it's just 4 lines of music. And it's for solo piano. I don't know if I mentioned that. February 1989, London. And this is one of several pieces that Crane wrote in 89. It's sort of a very repetitive one. You can see that instead of traditional repeat bar lines, he uses his little brace notation or bracket notation just to tell you to repeat certain things. And sometimes Crane does this in combination with repeats so that you have nested repeats. I think it's pretty useful for that purpose. Here he just is using it purely for aesthetics. And also the notation of repeated notes with just stems is also a stylistic choice, obviously. You can see that there's lots of repeats, and the piece actually takes up quite a bit of time. I'm thinking between 5 and 7 minutes. The main idea is sort of like so it's sort of like this parallel fifth thing. Just sitting on top of a fifth, like on E, B, in the bass clef. That stays pretty static. And then the only change, I think, is we get the first big change we have is the bass steps down to B. And then at the very end, we get added notes in the right hand. And yeah, that's pretty much what you can expect. I'll link the recording I'm listening to in the video description, and I'll let you know what I think in a little bit here. I'll try to keep this summary under 5 minutes, under the duration of the recording. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but okay, great. So I listened to Carson Kuhlman performance of this piece, and the form kind of emerges very slowly because it's so minimalistic. It's kind of hard to know where things begin and end at first. But just like listening to it this time, I think it's sort of like has 2 main ideas. One of them is static, and the other one is changing at each time. So the static thing is just like I'm just gonna block the chords. It's an 8-measure thing. That happens one more time, and then you get your first B section, which is just this. Right? So you can think of it as sort of the chord that you ended on, and then also this one with the bass going down to B. So then you repeat the A section again, and then when that B section comes back, it's doubled. So 4 of each. we get the A section again, and at this point you're probably expecting either, well, probably 8 measures of each, right? When the B section comes back again, or maybe 6 measures of each or something, like, because this process has been growing incrementally. But actually, Crane just does the same thing. He sticks with the 4 chords, but he adds notes. So it sounds like this, actually. So the chord you end on, I guess you could say this A section is like an A prime because it ends on a different chord. It has the high A. Right? And then we get B double prime, which adds the F sharp in between to start. We get 4 chords of that, and then, actually I'm playing it wrong, there's a G at the bottom. So that's 4 chords of that, and then 4 chords with the bass down to the B. And then the last 5 measures, you could say, are kind of like a coda. And he stays on this chord, and then he just lifts the G, and it sounds kind of like B minor 7. And that's the end of the piece. So, yeah, it's kind of monotonous and repetitive, and it has like this like ticking clock kind of affect to it, but I think it's kind of a fascinating little like emerging form, which doesn't overstay its welcome. He doesn't do much else with it. It just, by the time he gets to that B flat chord at the end, it's kind of, he's done all he can do with it, right? And I think that's kind of cool, and it's kind of something I'm trying to do formal analyses of these pieces because I think it's something that even non-musicians can kind of appreciate. That's kind of how simple the material is. So yeah, the next one tomorrow is also a really repetitive one, and it's called James Duke, Son of John Duke, and I think that one has nested repeats, and it's even longer than this one. It's like closer to 8 minutes. So yeah, this will be sort of what I'm doing for the next little while because he wrote a bunch of these in '89. So